Hello world, I'm Miyah and I would like to welcome you to the latest episode of my blog series. So far I have been able to share my own experiences on what it's like for me to live with Asperger syndrome. A second thing that I will do is give my 2 cents on what's going on with autism in the media. A third area entails providing tips and advice for those of you who are on the autism spectrum, as well as your friends, family members, peers, mentors, in addition to educators and employers and professionals and anyone in the community, as well as talking about things that I'm passionate about. Now, before I dive into tonight's topic, I'm going to mention 2 things. Number 1, if you click up here in the upper right-hand corner, this is a video by Danny Rady, who is the CEO of Asperger Experts, and he has Asperger's like ourselves. And he also has a lot of really great input that I think most of us in here could use. And this talk features Asperger's and anger. So please be sure to check that out. A second thing that I would like you guys to do is check out my written blogs on WordPress.com. That's helloworld240.wordpress.com. helloworld240.wordpress.com. And what I would like to do now is talk about my own experiences of living with Asperger syndrome. And what we're going to do is travel back to Minnesota in 1992. And back then I was only 10 years old and I was in 4th grade. And what it was like up there in Minnesota was we would have these very harsh winters with lots of thick, heavy snow, usually in a foot or 12 inches or more of snow. And so every single day we were required to wear these heavy snow pants or these heavy parkas with hats and gloves and snow boots. And what we would do is pack our own shoes in a book bag, and then we would take those onto the school property, and then we would go to our lockers and take off all our winter apparel. And then we would go to school and take our classes during the day. Well, there were a couple of times where I had forgotten my regular shoes, and it was only when I would open up my book bag and I would notice that my own shoes were not there that I would just go into a tailspin. And what I would do is I would just yell at everybody. If they came up and said hello to me, it was, "Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Leave me alone!" And other people looked at me like, "What's her problem?" And the answer to that situation was that my routine was being interrupted. So I would get angry and have a fit. It also meant that I would have to wear these heavy snow boots, which were insulated on the inside with wool or whatever else, so it would feel much hotter. And of course, they would turn up the furnace so high in those schools that my feet would get hot easily. In addition to also feeling hotter or getting hotter easy, and it just absolutely drove me nuts. So the point is that people with Asperger's syndrome or autism will have little meltdowns like that if things don't go the way that they're supposed to. And in this particular case, I was frustrated because I did not have my regular shoes to wear, and it drove me bonkers. And this is, again, really common. If your routine gets interrupted or if things aren't orderly or the same every single day, we're going to have a panic attack or we're going to have a meltdown. And that's why I decided to put this video up here in the upper right corner, because anger often comes with meltdowns or panic attacks, and especially when a device like a computer or things are taking forever to get you what you want, you just growl and get frustrated. So, I am out of time, but I would like you guys to subscribe to my channel, and please be sure to state below your own experiences. I also would like to hear from some of you teachers and parents. What did you do that worked? If you have any questions or comments, again, please be sure to state them. Also be sure to find me on Twitter under SummerGirl43. Also be sure to check out my YouTube channel and subscribe. And in addition to going to Facebook and finding Hello World with Miyah. Until next time, I'm Miyah, and I'm signing off.